gon' bring it to the table. Boss talk. Who your girlfriend favorite? Boss talk. We gon' do it how you want it. Boss talk. Yeah, everybody on it. Boss talk. It's a unique hustle.
Check it. This Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
None, you know my dear world going. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. And I mean all. Our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up first in line, I guarantee you. But if you want to see all our visuals, you got to go over to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and the notification so you don't miss out on any of this dope content we're giving out every single day. I want to tell you, thank you in advance, but you got to go ahead and do the membership too. That's how you see all the exclusive stuff. Because we do have exclusive stuff, a lot of it that all y'all have not seen. Join our membership, support the brand. Y'all love to watch us anyway, just might as well support the brand and join the membership. Click the link below in the description section, and that's how you can do so. Thank you in advance.
Wow, man. Hey, man, listen, man, we got a special guest in here today, y'all. We down here in New Orleans, man. It's going right. We down here around is it the Essence? What is the Essence Festival? Mm-hmm. Check it, man. Mac Phipps in the building, man. What up? Man, it's good to have you back on the show, man. Last time we was in Dallas, man. Shout out to my barber, man. He think he done know something there.
Yup, it was fire.
It was fire.
Yeah, it was fire. I can't stop.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, listen, man. I really enjoy interviewing you, man, and just really your spirit, bro. Last time we came, when you came to Dallas, man, I got to really get to hang out with you, but I got to see you perform, bro. And I was so happy.
Yeah, that was the first time seeing you perform.
That was crazy.
Man, I enjoyed it, man. I know already how Dallas is, man. Dallas, man, hey, they love y'all, bro. I did not expect to see all that camouflage in that damn building like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But, I mean, I love it. Big shout out to D-Town, man. Dallas has always been like a second home to me. I got family out there, so, you know, I've hung in Dallas. I was hanging in South Dallas, you know, Oak Cliff, all them spots, you know, I used to be everywhere. So, yeah, it's been a minute since I'd been in Dallas kicking it like that, but it was good to see.
Wow, you know, when I think about just the way you prepared yourself, man, you came out with the whole mask. I didn't know who you was. I say, is that Mac? That got to be Mac. You know what I'm saying? You came out with the, you know, all the camo on, man. And when you hit the stage, man, it was like you never left, bro. So, hey, man.
How did it feel?
Well, that's my alter ego. You know, sometimes I identify as a camouflage assassin.
Yeah.
You know, on stage, I identify as, you know, just Mac, you know, the rapper. But when I get off the stage, yeah, that's going out the window.
Oh, man.
So do all rappers, or should I say, let me ask you, because I know you probably don't know about anybody else but you. Do you have to actually psych up yourself before you go on stage? Because a lot of people will say, before I go on stage, nobody can talk to me. I gotta be in my zone. I can't, you know, do certain things. I'm trying to, you know, prepare myself to go on stage.
Right. So I think the first time I got on stage, I was 8. And I was nervous. And get this, I'm still nervous.
Wow.
Every time I get on stage until I say my first words.
Really?
Because the nervousness is more of anticipation of everything. Like you see the show in your head. I don't know about other artists, but I see everything that's going to happen in my head. I'm just, you know, got everything planned, what's supposed to happen, how I'm supposed to move. All of that stuff is already planned out in my brain. So once I hit the stage, it's like, all right, now I'm anticipating that everything is going to work the way I've seen it and visualize it. And that's where the nervousness come in. But then once I say my first words, all the nervousness is gone. I don't have a particular ritual before the show. I'm not one of them don't talk to me people, but I don't understand why those guys do that, because it takes a lot to sit down and concentrate on everything you have to do and just really to save your vocal cords for all of that yelling and all that stuff that you want to do on stage. But I've done it for so long that it's like just go and use the restroom.
And I've seen people, who've done it for as long as you have done it and even longer, that even when they get off stage, they have to go back in that hibernation stage for at least 30 minutes first before they even toss to bring themselves down.
And I get it. I totally understand that too, because that's a lot. You know, I don't know if people are familiar with this statistic, but I've once heard that public speaking is like the number one fear in the world. Like even people are more afraid of that than death. Like actually, you know, public speaking is what I heard. Don't know how true it is, but I get it because not everybody is really built to get before thousands of people, you know, and that takes a lot. So I understand why those guys do that. I guess just for me, I'm a person who like to face his fears.
And with you talking about that anticipation, that the way how you envision it before you get on stage, when you get on stage you've been doing it since 8, has there ever been a time when you got on stage and things did not go the way how you anticipated it to go and you had to like?
Right. Well, never do things go the way I see it in my head.
Okay.
Never. Like you can sit there and plan and do this and jot everything down, but I mean, artistry is gonna kick in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially in hip hop. Now, you know, we're not talking about a choreographed show as far as, you know, any other genre of music is concerned. But I guess when it comes to hip hop, it's always that freestyle is always the element of it. So every show that I've ever done, I've had it planned out in my head a certain way, and it never goes the way it is in my head. But it is great, and it is the way that it's supposed to be.
Wow. The thing that I heard you say a while ago was just the preparation and the voice. I remember when we were here recently was behind the stage with Sean Paul. I was back there. And he kept hollering. You know, he kept warming his voice up. Then his bodyguard, which is our partner, would give him some tea to drink, and he'd drink his green tea, warm tea. And and then he'll go back and he'll start moving, and you know, while everybody else is up there performing, we backstage with it, me and him. Right. It got to a point where it was just me and him back there, and he would just holler. Then I said, "You all right? You everything good?" I'm talking to him. He's like, "Yo," you know. So it was a thing where I had never seen nobody prepare. Like It's like God cleared the room to let me see this, and I'm like, man, this is wild. Like I never thought about it, but a lot go into your voice, just like if you was to run a race. You know what I mean? Right. Or like you say, certain people, they prepare different. And so I've seen that.
And that is true. I remember the Lil Louisiana Fest here in New Orleans about 2 years ago. My daughters, I took them there. And so we're backstage, and we're actually on the side of the stage because I performed at that particular Lil Louisiana Fest. And so there was this particular artist that was there whom they wanted to meet. And I won't say no names, but he was one of the biggest artists in the country. And they wanted to meet this guy, and he was literally standing right behind me. But the thing, the reason I didn't approach him for them was because he was just like, you know, in his little zone, before he walked on stage. And friends of mine who knew him was like, nah, Mac, he respects you. You could have approached him. And I was like, I didn't, because I understand what he was thinking in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm an artist and I know what that feels like. So I said, nah, let that brother prepare. And then he went on stage and did an amazing job.
Wow, man, it's just, like I said, man, you guys are so professional when it come down to your craft. Like I said, me, that's not my thing. You know, I do podcasting and a little bit of communication work, and you know, I'm a business owner. But when it come down to this stage, you guys have mastered the art of getting up there and performing in front of, man, so many people. Like that room was filled from wall to wall, and I'm like looking at all these people, and I'm like backstage, and I'm looking, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Even before that, I've never done that. Before I did that with y'all, I never.
That's our first time behind the stage.
Yeah, I won't go. I don't really go out. Like I've been invited to a lot of stuff. Even this being down here, I'm the type of dude. I gotta pray about it. I'm gonna go.
Right.
But I don't really just jump up like you just said earlier. I've said and just go to everything. You know what I mean? So that was big for me.
We're not young no more.
It's not young, but we're not gonna stand in no grid guard. You think about a lot of reason I don't go a lot of time because I don't know what I'm going into.
Right.
And I'm like, dang, like a lot of people ask us. I'm like, I'm not going.
It boils back down to we're not young no more, because when you're younger, you're not thinking about what we getting into. No. You just get up and you go. So that's what I'm saying. It has a lot to do with age too.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna tell you, my wife don't like, she's good dealing with it because she's worked in the business for a lot of years as far as putting on events and stuff, but actually being in, the crowd that's not her thing on that side of it. And me, it's like, it's the opposite. Me, I literally sometimes just like going be in the crowd with the feet. Right? I went to several events here without telling anybody I was going, just went.
You just be out there watching.
Be there in the crowd, just watch.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you like it better out there?
I enjoy I don't want to chop this word up. The anonymity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy the anonymity of just easing in there and just like chilling. Nobody know, not even telling nobody nothing. Then people like, yo, I can take a picture with her. I'm like, yeah, it's all good. But a lot of times people just be shocked to see me like in the crowd, like in the thick of the crowd.
Yeah.
I just sometimes it's like,
You just want to check it out from their standpoint.
man, look, I was locked up for 21 years.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just be wanting to go be among the people.
That's the
just
whole.
feel that energy.
I agree.
By the way, how I see you carry yourself, you can be in any crowd and people won't even know that it's you.
That is the whole point. That is the art of the camouflage. That is the art of the camouflage.
Wow, man. So what's going on with you in the music, man? Like, last time we talked, I believe you said you was working on some stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
What we got coming that we can look forward to?
All right, so got a lot coming. We have I am starting a podcast.
What's the name of it?
I don't know if I can reveal it. It's my partners. We got it. It's not just me. It's me and two other people. So I haven't told to them yet to see if I can reveal it.
And they're gonna be sitting on the set with you and interviewing people too.
Well, me and one other guy.
Okay.
And then the other guy is a partner in it. But
Okay.
it's something that I'm looking forward to trying. It's something I'm always down to try something.
What pushed you into doing it?
Watching us. What you think?
Crazy. Watching Boss Talk, watching Boss Out, watching Beehives.
You're like, I can do this.
No, not more like that. More of like I just like to try things.
Okay.
I'm really crazy. It's like I be wanting to just see.
Are you an inquisitive person?
Yes, very. And I'm what's the word? It's like the person who jumps out of a plane. I'm a
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
So when you look at, I don't try to put your competition with me because it ain't EE, okay? Wait a minute. But when you look at Drink Champs, Noriega, yeah. When you look at Willie D, yeah, I'm giving you your competition.
Yeah.
Don't try to come at me because
No.
I don't let you come. See, I got it out the mud, Mac. So it's a difference when you just decide I'm gonna do something and it work. But you guys already had a career, so y'all already, people know y'all everywhere. So the expectations are very high when you get yourself a podcast. They like, oh, Mac got a podcast? Oh, well, let me call Mac. You know what I'm saying? And the guests that y'all can bring on because of your peers. So I understand that, but when you look at your competition, which those are your peers. If they're not competition, just your colleagues, whatever you want to call them. What do you think you're gonna be different about you being an artist and you coming to do a podcast?
So I think we had those conversations like over the past. This is something that has been in the works for like 6 to 9 months.
Okay.
Been in plan. This is something been in the works and plan. And my take is I want a different approach, like, because this is a dream of mine I had when I was in prison. I wanted to do it, and we didn't name it what I wanted to name. So now I can reveal the name that I had for what I wanted to.
What was you gonna name?
In prison, I wanted to call it the objective perspective.
Yo, but that ain't what the op really. That's a play word.
I didn't know that the op. Once I got out, I was, people told me, no, you can't say the word op. I'm like, I can say what the hell I want. But they're like, nah, op don't mean the same thing, Slim. So I'm like,
no, you call it the op. They like, what is it? It might work because it's a play on words.
So I was like, and I didn't even, at the time, I wasn't familiar with the op thing.
Yeah.
I was calling it the OP, the objective perspective.
Yeah.
But dude was like, nah, man, you can't do that, because what I wanted to do is basically talk to people about real, extremely difficult things to talk about, like issues, like a lot of politics and just stuff like that. Kind of rub people, get people out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
I told you I'm crazy. I like to
try things
and just push buttons.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the initial, but then after planning, you know, this, that, and other, we talked and we kind of found the middle ground on certain things. But yeah, so we just we have a very unique thing that we're going to do that's going to be very controversial probably. So yeah.
I think it's dope. I think you would be the first out of New Orleans to be an artist that's got a podcast.
Is there anybody else that you know of?
Real observation. I never thought of it that way.
Because, and I would play on that if I was an artist that was doing a podcast, because there's nobody down here that does it. It's all just regular bloggers or interviewers like
It might encourage a lot more people to
go. It always does, but still, you had Noriega, then others came.
See, the goal for me, I really want to do a talk show.
That's hard, but that's the next step.
But you got to start somewhere.
And right, so I ain't gonna give you my game, but that is a step, because that's a crazy step, but it's a step in the right direction if you've done it right. Right. You can't do it like Oprah did it. You can't do it like what's that other girl name? Lake. Ricky Lake, Wendy Williams.
I don't got all about Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake. I went hard, then I went back and got her.
Ricky Lake was like
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson, the new thing.
So wasn't Ricky Lake like the drama show? Wasn't Ricky Lake like the drama show before Derek Prince? Yeah. So that was like I used to watch that just to see people fighting that.
So I guess
but okay, so the only difference between a podcast and a talk show is just the audience.
A live studio audience. I think that, but
a lot of them are not really. Yeah, the audience is live, but the broadcast isn't actually live.
But here's the deal, and that's something. I guess I give it to the people. Somebody steal my idea. You just got it, but that's the next step. Yeah. That's the recreating that atmosphere on the social media platforms today. Mm-hmm. I think that's the next step. Those things, because everything we do, you know, in the book of Ecclesiastes says nothing new under the sun. Right. So you really, everything is a reinvention of something that's already been done. So I think that's the next step that happens again. It's just going to circle back. It's the same thing. So you're on the right path. I think that's hard. You know,
it's something, it's because I think that I pride myself in being able to communicate.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate and to be able to, I guess, effectively communicate. Yeah. So, and some of the stuff that I've watched, the communication is not effective. You know what I mean?
You better know it.
Communicating, but it's not.
There's a lot of podcasts out there, bud. And a lot of people ask me, man, why do y'all stuff move like it? Why y'all so,
effective communication?
I say, because I've been talking my whole life. And brothers that seen me when I was on lot say, ain't nobody can out-talk you. I was 22, 23, 24. Niggas say, ain't nobody can out-talk you. And I really I was like, dang, man, you sure be talking. I'm like, okay. God been telling me in code like what signs.
So it's like, well, how do I make money off this?
That's what I heard. So I didn't know. You know what I mean?
But it takes somebody who is a good conversationalist, somebody who can through conversation make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that some guys that have podcasts, I can kind of look at their personality and tell that they weren't a good communicator outside of that. So
that's
how do you expect to be a good communicator on that platform when you're not an easy person to approach and talk to?
No, and the thing is, the people person, like, you got to realize when I'm out, if I go anywhere, man, I'm going to be real with you. Even out there earlier with them guys, man, I don't meet strangers. And my conversation is going to be the same whether I'm sitting here, whether I'm out there. Everybody want to take pictures with me. Everybody love Boss Talk. Man, Boss Talk here. Oh, man, the love out there. I was like, whoa, man. But it wasn't nothing for me because I'm just being me. Oh, you want to see Boss Talk? Well, I just got to be here because I don't know how to do it no other way.
Right.
So when I come out, I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, you act just like that on the show. I'm like, well, how's I supposed to act? You know?
Right. This is how we build the relationships to get the guests on the show.
That's right. And people be amazed at the guests that we get like yourself, but it's really God, bro. That's what they don't understand. A lot of times I think a lot of people not connecting with God, a lot of time these conversations are seasoned with God. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's missing a lot of times. And I hope somebody hear that, they've been trying to do a podcast or wonder why I was work, is because we always pray for y'all before y'all get here. We pray for y'all when we don't have to be around y'all, and we pray for y'all because we know that everybody goes through something, but God has connected us with y'all. So the people he connected us with, me and my wife pray for. You know what I'm saying? So it's just dope to be able to meet good people. I'm looking for KLC. I ain't found him yet, but I'm gonna find him. But anyway,
He gonna pop up.
he gotta pop up. But the thing is though, Mac, like when you look at those other podcasters, going back to them, like the Noriegas, the Camerons, the Willie D's, the MCAs, I can keep on just a litany of them up in these other different states. Which one do you like to watch the most? That talk about the, like hip hop and, just being a part of the whole culture.
Both so.
That's really. What do you love about Boss Top Boss? Since we're talking about Boss Top.
I think it's dope that you and your wife doing it together.
That's different.
I think that's different. And I think personality.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it ultimately boils down for me.
Yeah.
I like what y'all do, and I like how y'all do it, which is personality aspect of it. And I think that's what makes it dope to watch. And I've done.
You done a lot.
Few podcasts.
You did a lot. Then I say off the porch.
Yeah. I did do.
You did really did.
I enjoyed them.
You did.
Well,
You did everybody.
Don't get.
That's what I know you did.
I enjoyed those as well. I like the fact that you and your wife doing it together, and I like the personality.
Yeah. Well, I think that the reason that's one of the purposes of me doing it with my wife is just so people can see that people can make it in relationships these days.
Yeah.
I'm being real because I don't think people, and then a lot of people.
And do something together because people always feel like husband and wife can't work together.
It's gonna be drama. It's gonna don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. A lot of y'all ain't ready to be working together. Let's just be straightforward here. Not everybody is built to do this with a significant, because some people just ain't got no restraint. They and this is
I can't see you all day and then come home and deal with you and that.
then they fall. Some people just what significant other, and you know how much you need to be around them. Let's just get that straight.
It's like COVID caused a lot of divorces. COVID caused I can't be in there with you.
Hey,
You never thought I had to deal with you this long.
and I mean,
But it brought some people together even closer.
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Yeah,
Because you get I'm gonna tell you,
A lot of babies were born. A lot of babies.
hey, COVID I would say, for majority of the population, was just like experiencing prison for me. Was like experiencing what I haven't already been experiencing for the past, because what it did was it sat everybody down and everybody was on house arrest. In your house, was sitting in there, and you got to learn things about the people that you were in there with that you otherwise didn't know.
That's right.
And see, being in prison, what I learned was on the streets, I saw my friends probably 1 or 2 hours out the day. I saw them when we was playing basketball. We go home to off to our houses, right? But when you're in prison, you're around somebody 24 hours a day. So you get to see little quirks and little things that you like, he like that? He do this? You know what I mean? You get to, he on bath? This you go to see a little habits, my guys, he's just like, what?
But I would think that there still is a difference, because when I say there's a difference, number one, prison is huge. A house is like this small. And the other thing is that everybody in there who are prisoners, they're people who are your friends, you're cordial with, you're whatever, but the people at your house is people who you love. So-called, supposed to love.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So when you love somebody, they get on top of your nerves a lot more and in a different way than somebody who is just.
I didn't think about that one.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean, in opposite sex too.
Only the people you love the most are the people that piss you off. It's the people that's gonna piss you off.
Exactly.
People that's gonna hurt you the most. Because there's some things that the average people insult me. When I tell you literally, America, it don't even bother me. It don't even bother me. But boy, if my wife insult me, I'm hot as fish grease. I'm hot as fish grease. It's something about when you love somebody and they insult you.
it's not even the same. Oh, I'm the same way. And I can tell you something else. Like, well, no, let me say something else. Now that y'all made me think of it. Meek Mill said in an interview that when you leaving your celly, Losing yourself is like losing your girlfriend or your wife when they leave, like when they go to another unit or something.
That's not true.
I'm just telling you what he said.
America, I would like to change this subject. Get careful.
Because that means that you would have been in love with
I
yourself.
think he just meant it do affect you when people leave you been around. Because he got to sure not what he's saying.
I know what he's saying. I know exactly his sentiment, what he meant by
But it can come off wrong in this environment.
and it's clipped and thumbnail and that's one of them situations. America. Let's change the subject.
Well, I remember we asked IC about Tupac. He was like, last time I answered that question, I'm not gonna lie, it went. So I'm not gonna say nothing. But about Tupac, you learn Tupac. You do it.
I tried to be like, America. I'm letting change the subject. Just for the record, America, I won't change this.
But how have you learned? Because I know that you've learned this coming out into society when things have been so different, knowing that, okay, I have to be very careful of what I say, how I say it, because the way in which how people can play them. How is that for you?
Now, this is real talk. This truthful. When I first got into the entertainment business, as far as business, I was 11. I literally had men training me how to do interviews and how to speak public.
Was that Gregory D and all that?
Gregory D, I was under their label, under Greg and Manny's label. But we had like people in the
like A&Rs
and those people that basically was training me at 11, 12 years old.
Wow.
I did my first speaking engagement when I was 12 at Milne Boys Home.
Okay.
So, excuse me, they were training me because they knew back then, this was before this pre-social media era, pre-social media era.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 1988, 89, around that time. So I kind of then understood the how your words can be taken out of context. Back then it was headlines. Say something, they'll put it in a headline and say, well, that was a certain way. So I said all of that to say that I'm always careful about what I say in interviews. That's why till date, I don't think there's anything that has been, there haven't been any, I can't recall any serious.
No, I couldn't get.
Yeah, they can't.
Like they got kills.
Kind of smooth with it, just a little. Yeah.
But you know what the crazy thing is, though? Let me ask you a question. Since everybody, and I just thought about this when you were talking about it. Since a lot of artists nowadays are going independent, because everybody is independent, right? Do people still have? Because a lot of people, because some people are doing interviews and or even accepting speeches on awards and stuff like that, and they can't really talk.
Well, what happened, America? What happened is the labels were the gatekeepers, or rather, they were the filter. The labels served as everything for these artists at one time. They were the filter. They were the mediator between the artist and the public. The filter is gone. So every aspect of that filter is gone. You don't have the people to teach you how to speak. You don't have. So this is why you got dudes in interviews like, yeah, man.
Oh, they is kicking it.
Oh my God, I hate it.
Because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people are just not built to speak in public. I mean, they're just not trained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and because they're not, a lot of guys, believe it or not, have stage fright. A lot of guys have fear of speaking publicly. This is why you get them with shades on. Yeah, they got to have a whole bunch of people with them. Yeah, you know what I mean? They need something. They need a distraction because, they're not really comfortable with just being.
That was my.
Oh, they're not really comfortable with just speaking publicly like that. So, I empathize with those little guys because they just, you get a hit record, you're a roster, you make a song and go viral, you get a hit record, then people want to talk to you about it, and you've never been trained to talk, like that in front of a lot of people or even perform. That's why they don't stick shades on. They're not interacting.
Who have you been most impressed with since you came home? Artist-wise.
Oh, it's a lot.
No, but the one that sticks out to you like, dang,
The most.
he flipped it and made something. The one that just explode like, wow, like I never would have seen that coming.
It's hard because I don't know who I would have never seen coming because the skill, because of what I'm attracted to in the artist.
Okay.
I'm attracted to skill. I'm attracted to artistry. So the artists that I like, I would have saw it coming because they are that good in my opinion.
Or how about this? Or the person that is not someone who you thought would have been rising like this, but everybody loved them. Because they're not the conventional artist like everybody else, the way in which how you were, coming up in the industry.
That's a great question. And I'm trying to...
Because in today's day and age, everything is different compared to what it used to be of how they come up.
I could say for me, like it would be like 50 Cent to see him explode into the realm, to take from what he did coming into the game, which he still used the same type of, if he was rapping like that, but he took this entrepreneurship thing and went away. I didn't see that coming. When I seen him first, it was just a rapper that came out.
But a lot of people, a lot of them started doing that, so it wasn't just him.
Yeah, but the way he done it, they didn't do it on that level.
I think 50 had an edge that you need in his environment in that time, and he just came in the game with that edge, with that chip. Some people got a chip on his shoulder. He came in the game with that chip on his shoulder, and he wanted it. He literally named his first project "Get Rich or To Trying." He didn't name it "Be the Best Rapper in the World or Die Trying." It was like, no, we gonna get rich or die trying to get rich. So it's like one of those things. I can see it in him. As soon as he entered the game, I was like, this dude is serious.
But you got to think about it though.
He got the chip on his shoulder.
But back then, when you think about people getting rich, you're thinking about, oh, you're just going to be a rapper and, make a lot of money and get rich. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to be a mogul. I'm going to be this, type of business person.
Right.
But I think the era changed from music to when it became independent. It's more of, okay, I need to know the business. I need to not just be a rapper and just, do shows and make money and so forth. I'm now learning the business and I need to elevate in the business and become more than just a musician or a rapper or whatever, but more of a business person.
Right. And I think I got to go back to what 50 named his project. You got to keep in mind, rappers weren't rich in that era. Rappers had a little money. They were living above,
But to the public, they look like they were rich. Exactly.
But that's why this brother was like, nah, I'm gonna get rich. Yeah. And I guess he was think about the people that he was around. He was around Eminem. He was around Drake. He was around people that had, showed and proved. And he saw that this was possible. He was around Jay-Z. He was around Puff. He was around all of the guys that became moguls and all of these guys. So I think he had a blueprint. And I think he knew that what he represented was that edge that it was missing in that moment at that time.
What did you think when you heard I Get Money?
By I Get Money. I thought it was catchy. I run New York because I thought it was catchy because I remember the old song that it comes. Yeah, me too. Audio too. And I thought it was catchy, but it wasn't one of my favorites. It was my favorite song from him at the time. Believe it or not, wasn't 21 Questions. That was hot on the radio.
I like 21 Questions.
I like probably Many Men.
That's a hard one.
I just thought that was more of my my flavor as far as just the melody, the storytelling. That's more of my type of art.
That's a hard song.
So, I gotta ask, so did you watch BT Awards?
No, I did not watch.
Thank God.
Why?
He had other things going.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know the BT Awards was on. I swear I've been off from work all week, so I just been kind of working on music and just catching up on some of the stuff that I needed to do when and then I in full disclaimer, I don't watch a lot of TV. I literally rarely ever sit down in front of it.
But it was different.
The reason I asked this question is because a lot of times when I'm talking to a lot of people behind the scenes, It's for years now, BT has been changing. Cause growing up, you see BT, you saw a diverse, what should I say, performances. When I say diverse, men and women and so forth. Now,
Already.
because what I was saying about it is the fact that when I talk to people behind the scenes, they're saying that BT has switched to more female verse, female push, female driven performances.
Right.
And awards, everything. So when you look at it, like even this year when I was watching it, I probably only have it about 2 males who actually got awarded compared to all the females of all the different categories. And then also when they gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Usher, it was all females, only 1 male who started it off, but it was all females performing, singing Usher. And, people were like, oh, they should have brought Chris Brown.
Right.
Like, why not bring Chris Brown? Why not bring Tyrese? Why not? But the pregame, before the awards, the one that they do outside, you had a mixture. You had males and females performing and stuff like that. But actual show, 90% women. And some people don't like that. Like, nothing against females. And I'm a female. And I love to see the females. But why not have both?
A mixture.
Because some people will feel like you're driving a certain narrative when you're pushing too many females or when you're pushing too many men. And you see what I mean? You're driving a certain narrative. What happened to balance? Because in life, we need balance.
Well, I didn't see the show, but just listening to you talk about it, I can pretty much sum it up. What I think is just about what's marketable at the moment. Right now, the female artists are killing it. I mean, it is what it is. One of the biggest artists, whether we like her or not in the country, is Sexy Red. One of the biggest artists, whether we like her or not in the country, is Meg Thee Stallion. Mm-hmm. I think that they are just catering to the what's hot at this moment, at this time. And right now, the females are killing it as far as hip hop is concerned. And also, I just think that it's a reflection of just where we are culturally in this moment. And I also have to take in consideration that BET got out of our hands a very long time ago.
That's right.
I mean, they were bought out a very long time ago. So I remember as a kid rushing home from school every day so I could go catch Rap City. It can't go down all from school. So
I used to love Free and AJ.
Yeah, and I remember watching all of those things, and I remember they showed artists from all over the country. Rap City would show this video, that video, but after they were bought, the same 10 videos came on every one of their shows. They would have like 10 shows that day from NYC, I think was one of them. Then it was 106 in Park. Then it was whatever the name of the shows were. The shows changed, the hosts changed, but the same 10 videos were shown. And I think that's because whoever bought it wanted to cater more to what was the most popular stuff at that time. And I just think that that's what all of it is following, the narrative of what is the most popular at this time. And right now, the females are doing their thing. And overall, just a reflection of society. Who are making the most money online? America, don't quote me. But women have figured out, well, y'all got to do all this. Y'all got to sing. Y'all got to dance. Y'all got to have a talent. Y'all got to shoot a basketball. All I have to do is go take off half my clothes
and shake
get
that
in
butt.
front of a camera and shake my butt and make money. You know how many female millionaires popped up overnight? So I think BET is just catering, doing what everybody else is doing, taking advantage of.
And you're right, because I told my wife when we was watching, I said, it's like watching Instagram.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But let me ask you a question. I know that we all are older people. Well, y'all old. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
But being men and older, do y'all get tired of seeing all that butt shaking all over? Because when you watch BET, every single performance, except for only one, and I love the way how she came out. Lauryn Hill came out, because she performed. She came out fully clothed, fully covered. You did not see anything. And, it was just totally different from everybody else who came out.
Yeah.
They took off, the man came out with clothes, but halfway through, they tore it off and started shaking their booty and stuff.
You're talking about a different specimen. Like Lauren is in a category of all her own. You're talking about one of the best rappers to ever touch a microphone.
She never did that, never had to do.
Male, female, or whatever. And I mean, she's different. Right. You know, I mean, we're talking about someone who literally said, hypocrites always want to seem innocent, always want to take it to the full out extent, always want to make it seem like good intent, but never want to face it when it's time for punishment. You're just talking about a different level of interest. Different level. So it's her doing it the way she did it.
Yeah.
Her doing it the way she did it. I wouldn't expect nothing different. You're talking about a true queen.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't talking about just a pseudo queen. I'm a queen because I got some money. No, this is a real live queen intellectually.
It was the best performance on BET Awards.
Yeah, she did it with her son.
Her son came out
and performed with her. He did a song and sounded just like his grandfather. The only reason, because he came out of the room and heard it, and he was like, who is that? And I said, that's YG. And when he performed that song, and I said, his tonality sounded just like his grandfather. The only reason I knew the difference, and like I told him, is his accent. You can actually hear the accent different from, of course, Bob Marley's accent. But I mean, his tonality, he sounded
sound just like his
grandfather. That song just makes me feel so good. Every time I hear that song just makes me, it just lifts
the spirit up.
Yeah. It's a beautiful song. I watched the video the other day. I thought it was just so dope seeing him dance with his mom.
Yeah.
I just thought that was it's one of the highlights I've seen in music lately. Just seeing something that doesn't promote any negativity. It was just all light. You know, it's a full light.
But back to the booty shaking, is that getting played out? Will that ever get played out?
No, for me, no. For me, I'm gonna be honest.
Still, sex has been selling since the beginning.
It ain't going nowhere.
And as long as these,
so I'm never getting tired of seeing it.
We don't get tired of seeing men alive. They saying it. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. When you look at that screen, and it's just a beautiful woman. If you are a heterosexual man and you love women, and you see a beautiful woman on there and she's everything you would want a woman to be. And that's most men because they think with the wrong head. But usually you go like, dang, you know, like seeing a new car or something. Whoa.
That's why these women are so rich. Because they know all I have to do, they basically just talk things to a ancient age-old profession. They know it happens in God. It happens everywhere.
But y'all don't want your daughters being on there shaking y'all booty.
We're not supposed to. That's why you have all of those different. No, I don't want my daughter. Me neither. Is what I don't want my daughter doing that. I don't want to see my partner's daughter doing that.
Me neither.
You know what I mean?
But y'all want to be on there watching somebody else's daughter doing that.
I don't really just watch it for that. It pops up. Ain't nobody looking for it.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you like Mike F said. I was just riding out Figaro. It's a main street. It's a main
street, but you never know.
And you know, I guess I would sum it up by just saying, it won't go away. I don't think it'll ever go away because as long as there's a market for it, and there has been a market for it since the beginning of time. I just think that now the young ladies of this era have realized something that they didn't realize something. An opportunity was given to them that weren't given to the strippers back in our day.
Yeah.
The strippers back in our day had to sit on the lap to make that money.
Oh, yeah.
These young ladies, all they gotta do is sit in front of the screen.
Oh, look,
ain't touching nobody.
And you gotta pay to see me.
You gotta pay to see me. So, and I'm not limited to a club. I got 7 billion people as my audience on this planet. Oh, I'm about to get this money.
Listen, man, I'm telling you right now, you'd be crazy. You'd be crazy to think, okay, my daughter go to Brown. She's my other daughter in the military. She's a lieutenant on the other job. She does a lot of stuff. I'm blessed, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm thanking God for it, but I do know that there are those unfortunate ones that didn't have their father or their mother in their life. And I seen them coming up and I loved them too. I seen them at the clubs and I get it. But also there is a cutoff time. But you got aunties jumping out there now. It's crazy. Like when you go there, it's everybody. This thing it's scaling up. It don't seem like it's letting back. I mean, grandma gonna get some money. Where is the grandmas at, bro? Where is the grandmas at? Listen to everybody, because we used to have grandmas that had that old house coat on.
Yeah.
You remember the old house coat? And she come out, she said, y'all better get in here, it's dark. Right. Y'all mama left y'all over here, y'all supposed to be, and they be sitting up looking, like grandma.
But here's the thing. She looked like grandma to you and to me because that was our grandma. Or she was old time, that was our term. But to the old man down the street, she looked looking like, whoa. So to old man Johnny down the street, she looked like Nicki Minaj.
She looked great.
And he knew what was under that rose. See, if you rouse him.
We didn't know nothing about that.
Boy, what's good about that? I was at T-New hundreds. I interviewed with all Frame came over. He was kids. He like, Mr. Johnny coming over because I'm about to fix Mr. Johnny's plate. Yeah. She was fixing him a plate, all right.
I'm telling you, Mills Seymour said, man, I love my woman to come. I don't bring everybody on my house. I want her to grab the grandkids. She don't have on nothing up under her stuff. And we at home. I don't invite everybody over my house. I like for my wife. You remember he was saying that on the show? Like, it's a place where when it comes to your sacred haven, man, like you don't just let everybody come in your realm, you know what I mean? The grandkids can be there, you know what I'm saying? There's certain places where you go like that. So I definitely value that fact. How private is things for you, man? Do you invite people over, or are you just basically a loner?
Well, as a family, as you know, of course, family is always welcome in the house, like immediate family, and so believe it or not, I live somewhere where nobody know where it's at anyway. So nobody can just pop up at my house. And I kind of picked the location for that reason.
Wow.
Because I like when I'm at home, I just like and not because of nothing negative, I just like privacy. When I consider myself a true artist. And when I'm creating or when I'm in that zone, I don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? So I like to get out and about around the people. Like I told you, I like to go get in the crowd sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also like that time of week. That's how I know how to cut that character that gets on stage.
Yeah.
And the guy that gets off stage, two different people. I know how to switch that off because I couldn't be in character all of my life. And that's what I think some guys, where they go wrong in this music business and in entertainment in general. I just think that they don't know how to turn their character off. Like they be in character 24 hours a day, you'll lose your mind.
But that character is still always you, though.
Well,
because you're not putting on a facade. That character is still you.
Well, even it's for me to get on that stage is a facade. You know what I mean? For me to go out there in front of those people and be this person that they paid their money to come see is a facade, right? So when I get off that stage, it's like, I'm gone. Yeah, I left him on stage. Yeah, I walk out the back door of that stadium. Yeah, I leave him there. And when I come in the arena and I get in the green room, he meet me in the green room.
Wow, how exciting is it at the end of the song? I seen y'all at the end, everybody come and start doing these songs. And I think, what song was that? It was the last song y'all performed.
The last one, the last song that person always do is make him say on.
Make him say yeah, like how dope is it to see all of these people that you worked with all these years up on the stage?
I mean, it's always good, I think, to be on stage together, to experience that camaraderie we once had. I mean, we have a few pieces missing, so it ain't whole.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I still, just it's like enjoying it, but at the same time, just feeling like, damn, I wish C could be here.
Yeah.
I mean, wishing he can be a part of it as well, because he was such a major part of it. And that was my dude.
Yeah.
I mean, C was my dude. So that's the bittersweet in it, just wishing he could have been there, wishing Slim could have been on stage with us, wishing Magic could have been on stage, Big Ed. We lost so many. My cousin Skanu from Prime Suspects, Fino from Gambino family, Popeye. It's so many we lost over the years, and I know I'm missing somebody right now, that I can't even think of. But just know that they're in the heart. Mike can't be there. You know what I'm saying? And Mike is in jail, of course, and so it's bittersweet. It's like I enjoy it, but at the same time, it's like, man, we had so much fun when we all were doing this in 1998 together, when it was all of us, when we were just traveling across the country, without a care in the world. We were in our 20s. We were just having fun.
When was the last time you and C Murder performed on the stage together or at a show? Yeah.
In the prison.
Y'all did it in the
We
prison?
did a show together in prison.
How was that show?
Dope.
How? Like, what was y'all, how did they let y'all bring out music and instrumental or how?
Yeah, well, I was at the time that we did it, I was the president of the music club. So we had like a room, we had a band room full of equipment. We had like over $100,000 worth of equipment, like in there. So we were allowed to have clubs and raise money to service the prison population. So we sold like food and stuff like that. And we had fundraisers throughout the year where we raised money to buy, like we had, all of the latest music equipment, we had all that. Yeah, so.
You got to sing your songs and he got to sing his.
Yeah.
What song? How many songs?
I did my set used to normally, I would do like a half an hour.
Wow.
Or whatever. And C closed that particular night out because that was something I had started that particular show. And that was like the third year in a row. And C had made it that year. And it was dope. I was so happy for the love they showed him, when he came out and did his thing. And
how did you guys, okay.
Because people paid their money to come.
People paid to come see y'all.
They paid for the organization. You know what I'm saying? This is the prisoners.
The prisoners had to.
It was filled out there.
Really?
Homes to pay and come to the concert, yeah.
C Murder knew you was doing that on that unit before he got there?
No, when he got there, I basically introduced him to the club. The club that we had. And he became a member of the club, and we were about 60 strong at the time, 65, 70 members strong. And I had ascended to the presidency at that time. And so we were, this was an event we had been putting on for the last couple of years. And so he came, he did his thing, and man, he tore it up.
Wow. And how long had it been before he had performed then?
I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? A different prison.
I wonder if he was able to perform at that prison.
I don't know if they allowed that at that other prison.
Correct. So y'all never spoke about that.
So we never really talked about it, but it was, it was something that we were able to do for the inmate population. Don't get it twisted. It wasn't a concert on the streets. We couldn't go home to our family.
Correct.
It wasn't like something it was still bittersweet, but we did get a chance to express ourselves musically. So for that moment, I wasn't in prison, just for that moment.
How did the crowd react to you guys?
Oh, they loved it.
They loved it. They knew the song word for it?
Of course.
They knew them.
Of course.
They was on it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, how many artists did you see when you was locked up? Because rappers get locked up all the time.
Well, when I made it to that prison, Mystical was already there.
He was already there.
He introduced me to the guys who were over the music club at
the
time. And so he the one brought me in there, introduced me to them. He was like, man, you need to get with this guy. This guy is like he's like a baby KL, you know what I mean? And so I got with him. And now that particular person actually is my part of my band right now.
Really?
Out, yeah.
And that's something else. Me and you talked about when you came to Dallas. I think you were saying that, or we might have just talked about it in talking, but just putting together the band and doing some touring and coming through like some of these cities. How long will it be before we can see something like that?
I've gotten the go ahead to do some smaller venues.
Yeah.
Because for those who may not know, the reason I haven't gone across the country yet was because part of my parole stipulation is I couldn't be in clubs.
Wow.
And I'm not what's the word I want to use? I'm not the new little rappers that can fill up stadiums by themselves.
Correct.
I'm not there no more. So the market for me will be smaller venues, 800 to 1,000 people.
Correct.
And as far as on my own, and most of those places, a lot of those places are nightclubs.
Yeah.
But we have concert venues, and it just depends on how the place is zoned or labeled.
Yeah.
It's not, but I've been getting a little bit leeway. My parole officer is pretty firm about certain things, but she knows that I've been pretty much doing everything by the book since I've been home. So she's giving me a little more, leeway.
Yeah.
But so you will see me soon. Wherever there's a demand, wherever they want the Mac to come, Mac
gonna show up.
Mac gonna bring that cap. Mac gonna go transform.
Camouflage.
Going into that phone booth,
already
to the Superman, do my thing.
Man, I just, like I said, when I think about just the way that, you come into the game right now and in the temperature that it is, think about how it is now versus when you were young. Man, it's a whole different ball game. You able to do certain things that you couldn't do back then, and some of the things you could do back then you can't do now. So like what are some of the things that we can expect to see from you, like that's going to be different than what we see, on NOLA?
Well, first of all, I don't know any rappers that sit down at a piano and rap and play at the same time.
I've been seeing you getting
there. I don't know any rappers that stand up, hold the bass guitar, play and rap at the same time. So this is something that I specifically trained myself to do while in prison, because I love music, number one. And I like to be a part of the music. I like to feel it. You know what I mean? And it's something that I hadn't seen anyone else do. So I'm always that artist that's pushing the envelope. If more artists start doing what I just mentioned, I'm gonna do something else.
Wow, that's
all the way live. I'm gonna always try to go further and just push myself to be a better artist.
Who do the Mac want to work with next? Like really, really, like when you think about it, like somebody that you would love to do a song with.
That I would love to do a song with. I would love to do a song with J. Cole. I would love to do a song with Kendrick. Two of my favorites. I would love to do, as far as new era, or these new guys who I'm thinking, because there's so many youngsters that I've heard that I really like, that it's hard to think of, like some of these newer cats, because even J. Cole and Kendrick are old now. Yeah. In prison, they were new to me, but they're old now. So those two definitely. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing somebody else. But I really, really dig those. Wale was somebody who
Wale was hard too.
I always thought was a great artist. And believe it or not, I still think Drake is a great artist.
Wait a minute. When you say I still think, I think about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, the back and forth or whatever. Was that something that didn't, when it comes to his star power and the way that his element is and the way that he is, gifted us with what he does, what does that do to a guy like Drake to go through a battle like that some say he might have not won this, some say he lost big, What does that do? You've seen this game. What does that change?
Well, I don't know, enough about the particulars of it to know what it would change or not.
Because they both dope, is it?
Yeah, and they both dope. I think that what Kendrick did right in that battle was Kendrick created an anthem for an actual particular body of people.
Yeah.
And man, that's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah.
When you actually, not just you've taken it outside of a personal thing, you've literally made the public feel like they part of it. Like he created an anthem for the West Coast. So when I was out there in California 3 weeks ago, every car that passed literally was playing They Not Like Us.
Not like us.
Yeah, and he didn't say he not like me. He said they not like us. And I think that's what really solidified his dominance in that particular battle. Now, as far as Drake is concerned, I still think Drake's his audience is going to still love him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because what he does is something unique that a lot of rappers have emulated over, the past few years, but he's still pretty effective at what he do it. And if you, for the last, I can't even think back of how many years, every year I hear a song from him on the radio.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy fix. Some always have, a #1 song on the radio is not something easy. And but as far as artists I would, who I would love to do a song with, believe it or not, Lil Wayne.
That could happen. Y'all got so many times down here in New Orleans together, man. He's still, because we're the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired.
I love the hunger Lil Wayne approach every single verse that he raps. He approached it with a hunger that's like, as if he started last night, and as if his life depended on it. And there's very few artists that that still have that type of hunger. You know what I mean? And so that's why he's one of the artists I would just like to do a song with.
The other day I went off on, I be doing reviews right now. I just started doing these things where I just start talking about whatever's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I didn't put a name to it, but Young and Ace, Fulio, they had a back and forth going with Fulio. He ended up passing away. And I was like, man, I don't know the guys. Of course, I don't know the cities, but I do know this one thing about our culture. A lot of times rappers who these little dudes look up to, they'll go to these cities with these little dudes. They'll smoke blunts with these little dudes. They'll hang out with these little dudes. But whenever the beef jump off or somebody could get killed, nobody's saying nothing. And then even if they do say something, even when it all falls down, nobody's speaking out for the youngsters that's still here doing it. How do we start to try to do something to where we can help some of these people? Like I said, we got some very prominent artists, big time artists. I'm not playing. They smoke blunts with these dudes. They hang out with them when they come to their city. They check in with them. Hey man, were you here? But then when things start to fall apart, everybody's quiet. Why is that?
I just think that proximity plays a part of it. I think that just as a whole, and not just with the rappers, but as society as a whole, I just think that until we start wanting for our brother, meaning wanting for others as we want for ourselves, I don't think that'll ever change. Until we do that. I mean, even in prison, I used to sit in the day room and watch the news, right? I watch news every day. You would literally hear guys who have been convicted of the most horrible crimes yelling when they see somebody else get arrested. Well, they gonna fry him. They need to give him 100 years. Why? Because if it's somebody else's family, then I want you to basically slaughter them.
Wow.
But when it's my child, oh Lord, have mercy on my child. Have mercy. Because just as a species, I don't think we've evolved yet to the point where we want for our brother what we want for ourselves. So when you mention these artists and the guys that know these guys or probably did songs with them or whatever, I think that the proximity is like, he's not my people, so I really ain't tripping. Or this one ain't my, you know what I mean? So I think that's what plays a major part, because if it was yours, if it was your brother, if it was your family, your son, if it was your closest homie, then it'll be different.
Wow.
And I just think we have to change that narrative in particular.
I hope we can. I really, really hope we can figure it out. Like, that's something that nobody talks about.
I'm against rap beef, period. Like I emphatically stated on the opening track on my World War III album, the last album that I did with No Limit, I actually had my sister speaking as a reporter. And what she said was Mac is firmly against rappers, record labels, and distribution companies that record and release records about other rappers. Because I think that after Biggie and Tupac, we saw where this can go. And I think that, as much as we say that it's a blood sport, or we say that it's competition, and it is. At one time, it was what we did. Battling was what we did. I was a battle rapper.
Yeah.
But at some point, we have to acknowledge that this is going too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I think just we have to take a look at that. Not saying that tomorrow all songs need to be kumbaya.
Yeah.
But just saying that we have to take a look at ourselves and consider that maybe this is just going a little too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100% because if we're not going, especially if we're not going, the elders are not going to step up because there is a structure there.
Yeah.
But I think everybody, like you said, if it don't hit close to home, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I think that's
so many people benefit from it,
bro.
So many people making money off it too.
And
I mean, beef sells.
It sells.
It sells. It generates wealth. It sells out concerts. People want to know who the person that's beefing with so I'm going to see him perform because I know he's going to talk that and then they're going to go see the other one. I mean, it's marketable.
What did you think when you come home and you see, and I know you seen it when you was locked up, you heard about it, how these people disrespectfully go to one's grave after they passed away. And
yeah, I've heard about that kind of stuff.
No, this never happens.
Seen it.
This happens with the younger generation. I'm just telling you, I've seen it. And it's just, what do you think about that? For somebody to go past.
Right. I think it's a reflection of how far we've gone, just how lost and how angry we became at one another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, the reality is if I hate you, then it really don't matter. No rules. You know,
that's what they say. It ain't no rules in there.
Ain't no rules in war if I hate you, right? So unfortunately, how the roots, the true question is, how did we get here?
Wow.
How did we get to a point where we hate this person so much that, I mean, whatever you do to his grave, he can't feel it. I'm more taken aback by guys who, I want you, I'll shoot your mama.
Wow.
I'll shoot your, you know what I mean? It's like, man, what happened to the Tony Montana rules? What happened to the no women, no kids?
Yeah.
What happened to us, having certain boundaries? Not saying that negativity and evil in itself is, ain't no, wrong has no, what's the word I want to say? Wrong has no boundary.
Yeah.
But we did.
We did.
Even though wrong has no boundaries, we had certain things that we weren't willing to do. But I just think that at some point we've accepted things as part of our culture that are directly destructive to us.
Wow.
The hell with right or wrong, because right or wrong is subjective.
Wow.
We've accepted things that are destructive to us.
Crazy. I just want to say, like I said, man, I love you for just being a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? Since you come home, since I've met you, that's what we need. We do have good people out here. Yeah. And I think people need to give them their roses while they're here and talk about the fact that, hey, this man, you came home, you've been doing your thing. I'm on this, I'm pretty much a success story, as certain people tell me, like we do have it. We got to acknowledge that. So we can let other young brothers know you can do it. You know what I mean? It's little brothers out there. I mean, shout out to Jay Merck. I was talking to him today. He had a monitor on his leg. He's like, I got to get it again. I got this monitor. But he's trying to understand it, and he's younger, he did time. But I'm just saying, all of the people that go through different stuff, man, they need to see an example. And there are examples out here, but we need to make sure we throw it up. Hey, I'm here. And I went through it, and you can make it through. Right? I think that needs to be stated.
That's true.
Yeah. What you about to say? Well, I'm going to get him out of here.
Okay. Hold on.
Also,
I had two.
Oh, go ahead.
You got two questions for us?
Questions.
Okay.
And I don't know which one I want, because these are two good questions. I'm not sure which one. Okay, I'll leave the best for last. I'm going to answer this one first. Who do you predict to be our new president?
Wow.
Donald Trump.
Why?
To be totally honest with you, I just think you're going to win, because I just think that we're at a point where what is extreme, what used to be extreme, is what's normal. Now, that's not to say that he is the best or worst person for the job, because my political perspective, I don't think matters, but I just think that he is. And there is a part of me that wanted him at one time to win, so that it would, if this makes sense, it would calm those people who are so emphatically following him, right? And unfortunately, that's definitely not a good reason for wanting somebody to win. That's not a good reason. But I've seen some folks that were very, very mad when he lost. And I used to be of the mindset, just let him win. Let him do it 4 years and let's just let it blow over. But yeah, so I think that he's probably gonna win. And it's gonna be historic for our country because we're gonna have someone who is actually a convicted felon.
Exactly.
I think that's gonna happen.
Wow.
That's something wild to even think about.
It is. And they've been pushing it, just going back to the BET Awards. I mean, like every time Taraji came out, she was trying to give facts about voting and trying, get her people to go out and vote and so forth. And they were pushing in, more one way than the other and stuff like that. But, it's just the way how everybody's pushing that right now because that's the generation that we're in.
Right.
But I don't know if that's going to actually get people to go out there and do it.
Right.
My next question for you is, I know you're in an interracial marriage, right? And I've always heard people talk about different things. This is the reason why Black men always go over here because Black women are too they're too. I hear all of these different, scenarios, but since you're actually in an interracial marriage, what do you think about all of these different things that you hear? Especially, it's always Black women that you hear saying all these things as well.
Right.
What are these things how do you feel about what they say?
Right. So for those who know me, know that I don't, and I say this with all humility. I'm intelligent enough to not make a decision about my life and future based on the color of someone's skin. Like I didn't marry my wife because she was white or because she was, in fact, she don't even identify as white. My wife is Native and there is an English side of her family as well, but she's actually a Choctaw. So that's the blonde hair that she wears sometimes is not the natural color of her hair.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's I guess it's to say that for those who do know me know that I didn't marry her because she was white. I didn't marry her because of some of the stereotypes that you heard. I married this person because I saw their heart and that I connected with them.
Right.
And so I connected with this person, I saw their heart, and this person was there for me.
Right.
And so it was a no-brainer. She could have been black as that suitcase or light as this boss talk thing because I've never really had a preference of skin color.
Because I hear it a lot, and I think it goes even more for people who are celebrity status, whether it be sports players, especially ball players and so forth, or any celebrities, because they always feel like, when you were here before you got popular, you had yourself a Black girlfriend, but all of a sudden you got popular now, and you have all this money and the status. Now you have a white wife or a white girlfriend. What's up with that? And I hear that so much since I've been here in the States, and I'm like, so I just be trying to ask somebody who is in that situation.
So I would say to those people with those, with that particular perspective is, I met my wife while I was in prison. You know what I mean? And this is a person that was there for me in one of my darkest times. You know what I'm saying? And she's a beautiful human being. So of course I'm attracted to her. I'm attracted to her. But I'm not gonna marry someone because I'm attracted to them. You know what I mean?
Takes more.
It takes a lot more for me. And it wasn't a decision that I made on a whim, so yeah. And I think that for the people that have those opinions, I understand them because I may have said some of that stuff growing up.
You did?
I may have said the same things. I mean, we all go through different things in different phases. But I think that when you don't know the situation, it goes back to proximity.
Yeah.
When you don't know the person and you know the people and they're anonymous, you have hate is cool from a distance. See, when you get up close to people, it's like, oh, well, this is different. It's because all the stuff that you thought is not there. So
I want to bring it back to the music. She done took you to a difficult place. I'm gonna get you out of here.
And there she says she don't we
Talking about. But I'm gonna get you back to the music right quick before I get you out of here. I interviewed Silk last time after I interviewed you. Can we ever get a song or something from you guys together?
Yeah, you definitely
Something new.
Of course.
I've been at something. He told me he's bringing out a new album. That's my boy, you know already. People be like, man, how you be cool with Silk? I'm like, I don't know. It fits. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely gonna do something.
So I can't wait. That's something I wanted to ask you before I got you off of here.
So yeah.
Silk and you kind of move different than the camp, but when I was watching y'all movement, the way he's in his own world. You know what I'm saying? Right. You kind of move your way, and it's like, dang, they kind of, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no lot of people. It's just you move how you move. Like, what does that come from, man? Because you've seen him when he was young too.
For me,
yeah. But both of y'all, like for you seeing him, how he was coming up, being in the mix of his brothers, he got a distinct character, man.
Silk was actually the brother out of the three that actually rapped. Wow. You know what I mean? So he took the art a little more, he was more, I guess you would say, into hip hop than the other two. Wow. I think he was more into that growing up. So he was kind of, he was more aware, I think, of just the musical aspect of it. And that's probably has a lot to do with how he carries himself.
Yeah.
For me, similar. You know, I've been doing this so long that this is, as I said earlier in the interview, this is like going to use the restroom.
You used to do it. Natural.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's dope the way you move, man. Keep on being, man, the Mac that Boss Talk 101 loves, man. And like I said, anytime, if you in the city or I'm going to bring you back to Dallas, you don't know it. I got to bring you back, show you some love and stuff too.
Appreciate it.
So it's stuff like that, man. I'm always be indebted to the fact that, man, God blessed me with a good friend.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to KLC again. So anyway, man, like I said, man, the thing I definitely want to say, man, is, man, I can't wait to hear the new music. Can't wait till you bring it out. And I just want to say, man, thank you for coming on Boss Talk 101 again. Hey, you know, Miss Jamaica, she already know I was so like, man, I got to get back on her last time. I didn't get him at 30 minutes.
And
she hit you with a blow.
She hit me with 2 blows. Come down, daughter, Mary. So I'm going to let y'all know ahead of time. Don't beat me up about me saying I think that old boy going to win his election. Don't confuse that with me giving my support one way or another. That's right. Him or the other guy. That was just me sitting back, saying that this is who I think is probably going to win because of the climate of our country.
I think so.
Do you think a female president will ever happen?
Good question. I think it will happen. Now, when is
I was about to say, do you think sooner than later?
Good question. With the way things are going, it's probably going to be sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because I hear a lot of men talking, you know, cracking jokes.
Women run the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but men crack jokes and say, you know how women are very temperamental. 1 minute their mood swings, they're mad here, they do this, they make irrational decisions. Do you think that if there's a female president that she would be doing these same things as well? Exactly. So what does
the reality is, trust me, we've
advisors too.
And trust me, we've had probably some irrational people.
Male president.
The male president, they're ran us here. But that's why they got advisors, and that's why this country have checks and balances.
Right.
Because if you get too far out of line, they're gonna come on, brother. Just come back over here.
Yeah, you do got you got the legislation, you got a lot of stuff.
And you have the legislators, you have those, and you have who I believe are the unseen, like brother, you know. Yeah, I think it's, you know, the secret.
That's going on.
The Secret Service. I think they're there to do more than just protect you.
That's right.
From that. I think they're there to eye, brother. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. You just don't too far. Yeah, too far over the line.
Wow. man, I'm gonna get you out of here, man. Thanks so much for coming on Boss Talk 101.
Sure.
You're always invited back. If you ever need us for anything, we are here, brothers.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, man. It's been another great segment
Yes, sir.
of Boss Talk 101.
So 101.
What a bosses talk, man.